We're back. Attorney Mike Koch back with us this morning for our Neblett, Beard, and Arsenault Legal Difference segment. The topic today, small claims court. Good to have you, Mike. Thanks for joining me once again.
Well, thank you, Mark, for having me. Look forward to visiting with you.
Okay, Mike, we'll get right into it. What is a small claims court?
We have two of them here locally in central Louisiana. And the small claims court, they're located at Pineville City Court and also Alexandria City Court. Both of those have small claims court. And the key with the small claims court is it's something citizens can do themselves. You don't need a lawyer. It's kind of like the Judge Judy, where you come into court, and the most you can recover in small claims court is $5,000. But our local judges in each division, like in Alexandria, it's Judge Starling, and in Pineville, it's Judge Hayes, they will be the judges in the matter. And the ordinary rules of evidence do not apply, so you don't need to be a lawyer. You don't need to know all the specifics of the evidence. There's no what's called discovery taken. You don't take depositions or interrogatories. And then the other significant factor in small claims court is that there's no appeal. When the judge makes his ruling, that's it.
It's kind of interesting, Mike, that just the common everyday citizen can feel like a lawyer when they go to court.
And that's exactly it, and that's what you want. Well, first of all, you want people to try to resolve their cases before you even get to court. That's what we want. But if you cannot do it, and then sometimes if you cannot find a lawyer to help you on your case, it might be too small. It might be they might have a conflict, the lawyer. But it allows people to go in themselves and to get justice. And that's a nice thing that we do have that.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. What kind of suits are filed in a small claims court?
It's only monetary suits. So you have a claim. The most you can get, like I said, is $5,000. So it's what's called civil suits. It could be an accident that you're involved in. It could be a dog bite case. Could have bit your dog, or a car could have run over and killed your animal. It'd be things of that sort. The things you cannot file in city court or small claims court are family issues like divorce, separation, things like that, or any suits against the city themselves, the parish or estate. Those are cases that you cannot file in small claims court or city court.
Okay. Mike, who can file a claim and who can be sued?
Yeah, anybody. The only requirement is that you're at least 18 years old to file a claim. Now, for instance, if the minor is owed money from somebody else, the parent can file on the minor's behalf. And that's the same thing with to be sued, is that you have to be at least 18 years old to be sued, and then if they're not, they could file suit against the parent. But now the important thing to know about small claims court is that you can only use it if the defendant lives, works, or does business within wards 1, 2, and 8 in Rapides Parish for the Alexandria Small Claims Court. And then for the city of Pineville, they have to live in wards 9, 10, and 11. So it has to be within the jurisdiction of the city court. That's what they're saying. So you can't be out in, in a neighboring parish to bring a small claims court here.
I'm sure one thing that's common is disputes between neighbors can go to small claims courts, obviously.
And that's exactly it. You hate it because that's the worst thing, because we live with our neighbors, and it gets so stressful when you have an issue with them. But I mean, that's what it's for. That's what you can do it yourself, whatever may be the issue you may have with your neighbor, that you can just bring it there without lawyers present. You have the burden to bring. If you bring the suit, you have the burden to bring in the evidence. So whether it's photographs, whether it's documents, whether it's emails, text messages, whatever it may be, and then the judge makes his decision. And they get to court quickly on this. It's not like something that's filed in district court that could take a long time. That's the purpose of the small claims court, is to do it quickly, so people can get justice, and they can do it themselves.
Render a decision. And where is the suit filed? And then, Mike, how do you begin a suit?
Suits are filed. You go to the clerk of court, and each particular one, whether it happens to be in Pineville, you go to the Pineville City Court, clerk of court, and then the same thing with Alec, you go to Alexandria City Court. And then to help people get familiar with it, if somebody, does have an issue they want, are thinking about filing, in small claims court, both Pineville and Alexandria has a great website to kind of walk people through even a checklist of what you should have if you plan on doing your own claim in city court. So that's really nice, and I encourage people to do that. But they also have the forms there, so the person, it's the forms you just download, and you just fill in the blanks on it, and then you can file it, in city court, but it'll be a small claims court in city court.
Gotcha. And how much does it cost to file a suit?
Both Pineville and Ellick apparently have different prices. I've never filed anything in a small claims court, but I did my homework on this to try to figure it out, Mark, to try to help the listeners out there. But $59 per defendant by certified mail in Alexandria Small Claims Court, and then Pineville it's $96.50 per defendant by certified mail. And that's what we got verbally from them. But that's a rough estimate. And then they actually serve it by certified mail. And then sometimes people don't claim it, and it becomes an issue, and you might have to get the city marshal to serve it. And then there's additional costs with that. Each Pineville and Alexandria have additional costs if it has to be served by the marshal.
All right, Mike, I appreciate it. It's interesting learning about small claims court and how it runs. And how, a little more about it. I didn't know anything about it at all.
Absolutely. And that's what I want to do is try to, have everybody learn just a little bit about it, and just so they kind of know what to do. And then obviously somebody gets sued, go on that website, and they kind of walk you through it of what you can do if you have been sued, and how to defend yourself in city court. The websites are really pretty good with that, and whether you want to bring it out of city court, because might want to bring it to the or small claims to city court, so you can have a right to appeal. So there's always these, it's different as to how you want to play it, but city court jurisdiction is $50,000, so you might want to be careful if you want to bring it out of that small claims court from $5,000 maximum to $50,000 the city court has.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mark. Have a great day.
You too. More to come.